What is up, you guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Yes, I am MLB Chatterbox, also known as Christian Corey. You see the title and the thumbnail in today's video. We are previewing the 2020 Championship Series, both in the senior and the junior circuit, respectively. So, we're going to be going over both NLCS and ALCS series here in 2020. Of course, the ALCS involving the Astros and the Rays, and in the senior circuit, it will be the Dodgers and the Braves over in the NL. Before we get into that, I just want to make a quick announcement here on the channel. We just hit 400 subscribers, 400 subs. That is amazing. I'm so grateful that you guys enjoy the stuff. I hope you guys enjoy the stuff. That is sick. That is awesome. My goal was to reach 400 by the end of next week, but we did it by this week. So gained about like 15 or so to get to 400. So that is awesome. That is sick. We are at 400 subscribers. Thank you guys so much for your support. I'm glad you guys enjoy the content. I hope you guys enjoy the content. Like I said, 400 subscribers is great. It is awesome. I'm stoked, but that's not the point. The point is, we got bigger fish to fry, and that is, well, that's the Rays. One of them being that they are fish. Technically, we got the Rays and the Astros series going on right now as we speak. I got the TV on right over there. If you guys can see it, I'd show you.
Well, I can show you.
And there it is. But I got the TV going on right there, and currently, wow, someone hit a home run. It's already 1-0 Astros. Okay, this is not looking too good. But point being, we're going to be previewing both the Rays and the Astros Championship Series in the American League, and the Dodgers and the Braves National League Championship Series. So, without further ado, let's get to it. All right. Well, first let's go over the junior circuit, the American League, because that's the series that's happening right now as I'm filming this. So, it's happening on a Sunday night in San Diego, California, and apparently it's already the top of the first inning. 2 balls and 2 strikes on Bregman. The Rays already gave up a run. That was a Jose Altuve home run to left field. That, I actually didn't see it because I was just entering the video, and I turned to my right, and there it is, 1-0 Cheaters. So, we got 1-0 Cheaters. That sucks, but I'm still going to preview this series and the National League Series. So, first, again, with the American League, Rays and the Astros. This is my prediction for it. Okay, Rays and the Astros. Now, as much as I hate the Astros, dear God, I hate the Astros. Everybody knows I call them Trastros. I will make fun of them until the end of time, really. I don't like cheaters. I cannot say it enough. The Astros, the Trastros, the Astros are terrible. They are terrible. I hope they lose. I hope they get swept by the Rays. Again, when I say that, I hope. That doesn't mean I think. Hope and think is very different. Hope means you want it to happen. You think means you really think it's going to happen because based off of, logic and facts and just common sense. Because if anybody looks at this series and thinks the Rays are going to roll over the Astros, where you been living the past, 4 or 5 years? Because the Rays, albeit they are a very good team, again, they have proved themselves. I do not look at them as underdogs. I look at them as equal to most teams in the American League. I think they're up there with the top dogs, although their payroll isn't there. They can play with the big boys, trust me. And they beat the Yankees, who, again, I think I saw something. Garrett Cole makes more money than every single starter in the Rays lineup makes combined. Think about that. Garrett Cole makes more money. One single player who pitches once, maybe twice a week, makes more money than the entire Tampa Bay Rays starting lineup. Starting 9. That is ridiculous. Let that sink in for a second. That is an interesting fact. I saw that on the old Instagram. The Astros offense, I think, is still really good. I know their numbers are down offensively. I know a lot of people contribute that to the cheating, which I'm not I wouldn't deny that. I wouldn't ignore those numbers, those decline in offensive categories by Springer, Altuve, Brantley, Bregman, Correa, their top 5. So, I can't deny that. I do think that their decline in offense is due to their lack of cheating. I think that's a fact. But, however, that doesn't take away their natural God-given talent of hitting a baseball. And I think it is very good, and I still think is above average of most major league lineups here in 2020, aside from the Yankees and some others. But the point being is that I think that this series is going to be really interesting and really, really fun. Basically, this is the way I look at it. The Rays pitching is here, and the Astros offense is here. When you got one team who's very good at pitching and one team who's very good on the offensive side collide together in a best-of-7 matchup, you're going to see interesting games. We will see who has the upper hand here. Will pitching prevail, or will offense thrive? I want the Rays to win. In fact, I'm picking the Rays to win in this series. Although I think the Astros are a very, very good team. I think regardless of what they did in the past, they are still a very good team. I think they got a chip on their shoulder. I think you really got to watch out for the Astros. You cannot let your guard down like I think the Minnesota Twins did in that divisional series. The Twins let their guard down. I think the Astros have something to prove to everybody and their brother, not only in baseball, but in the sports world. The other side, when it comes to the Rays, the only way they're going to win this is if their pitching is on point and their offense is better than average. Better than average, okay? Their pitching has to be spot on. Because the Astros can pop you for 7 runs real quick. Like just in this game, the Astros are already leading 1-0. Now when it comes to this matchup, in game number 1, it is the Rays' best guy they got. Blake Snell, the left-hander, going up against Framber Valdez, both southpaws in game number 1. With that said, their starting pitching has to be on point against this Astros lineup. Again, game number 1, you got Blake Snell. Game number 2, you got Tyler Glasnow. And I presume game number 3, although it has not been announced, it will be Charlie Morton. And game number 4, they could throw in a bullpen. They could do their little kind of bullpen game in game number 4. They could even do it in game number 3 if they wanted to. If they're up 2-1 somehow, they could bullpen it. Game number 3 if they feel confident, and then they could throw Morton out there for game number 4 to shut it down. Or they could do it the other way. They could do traditionally as they normally do. They could do Snell, they could do Glasnow, and they could do Morton 1, 2, and 3. And then game number 4, you bullpen it. And then if bullpen doesn't work in game number 4, you got Snell for game number 5. And then if that doesn't work, you got Glasnow for game number 6 and Morton for game number 7. So really, I think this series truly does favor the pitching. Again, but the pitching has to be on point when it comes to the Rays. The Rays pitching and their bullpen, however, have to be on point. They all have to be on point. Pitching, most likely starting pitching, has to be on point when it comes to this Astros and Rays series when it pertains to the Rays. On the same side, the Astros, their pitching isn't that well. They're relying on their offense. I mean, if you just look at the Twins series, I mean, they scored 4 runs in game 1. They scored 3 runs in game number 3. And then if you head to the Oakland series, that was kind of a shit show for the offense and the Athletic starting pitching. I mean, game number 1 scored 10 runs. Game number 2 scored 5 runs. Game number 3 scored 7 runs. Game number 4 scored 11 runs. So that whole Athletic series, the Astros, every series average 5 runs or better for the final. So they average 5 runs or better for each of those series, each of those games. So again, the Athletic series, it was an offensive juggernaut. It was an offensive show. So with that being said, if you're the Rays, you got to be a little bit worried. I'm not intimidated, worried about that offense, because the offense can go off at any time. That offense is still good. Even though every single person in that organization is a cheater, they are still good. I think whatever team is going to win this series is going to end up pitching better. Starting pitching, by the way. Starting pitching. I need your starters. I don't care for the Rays and your bullpenning. I need you guys to go 7 innings. Snell, I need you to go 7 tonight. Glasnow, I need you to go 7. I'd even like you to go 8 because I think Glasnow is better than Snell. In my opinion, I think Glasnow is great. He is extremely tall, a right-hander, throws 100 miles an hour. I know everybody in that Rays bullpen throws 100 miles an hour. I mean, according to Kevin Cash, I got a whole damn stable who throws 98 miles an hour. I'm quoting him on that one, by the way.
Because I got a whole damn stable full of guys that throw 98 miles an hour, period.
They have a whole damn stable. So, again, when it comes to Cash and the pitching, he's going to have to manage this thing well. He's going to have confidence in his starters. I need your starters to go 7. Don't play this bullpen game if you're down. Do not play this bullpen game when you're down. Do not bullpen when you're down in the series. You only play your bullpen. You go to your bullpen and you do your bullpenning crap, whatever it is. Have one guy pitch one inning, other guy pitch another inning. I know everybody throws 98 miles an hour, but that's everybody in the damn league. So don't give me this crap that it's some kind of special that you got like 7 guys in the bullpen that throw 98 miles an hour. I get that. I get it. But the point being is this. You cannot play this bullpenning game if you do not have a lead in the series. You play the bullpenning game when you have a comfortable lead in the series, not when you're down in the series. You do not play this bullpenning game when you are down in the series. You must play it when you are up in the series. Again, I cannot stress this enough. Whoever pitches better in this series will win the series. That's all I'm saying. Whoever pitches better will win the series. So I got Rays in 6 or 7 just because I think their pitching is a little bit better than the Astros, and they got an outstanding bullpen as well. And I think their offense is actually maybe not as good as the Astros' offense, but I think it's like right there, and they can play with the offense. And I got the Rays in 6 or 7. All right. So now let's move on to the senior circuit in the National League Championship Series. So we got the Braves and we got the Dodgers. On paper, this looks like a very I would say uneven matchup. I think the Rays and the Astros series is actually more even than the Dodgers and the Braves, simply because, you know, the Dodgers are the Dodgers. The Dodgers do what the Dodgers do. The Dodgers do what they always do. And, I mean, the Braves are, you know, I mean, they're not the new kids on the block. Technically, they've been to the postseason 2 years in a row. So, I mean, you really shouldn't discredit the Braves, even though they looked overly matched on paper. But they've been here. They've been here. In the postseason, you know, these past couple of years. Last year, they were in the postseason, got knocked out by the Cardinals. And then the year prior, they got knocked out by the Dodgers. So, again, I mean, the Braves aren't new to this thing. They are not new to this thing at all. I still think they are a little overmatched. But let's look at the facts. Game number 1, you have Walker Buehler against Max Fried. So, again, this one, I mean, this is actually a pretty good matchup. 2 young studs going at it in game number 1. So, I mean, Walker Buehler. Frankly, Walker Buehler is great. I love Walker Buehler. I think he's awesome. I love this kid. I think he's fantastic. I know 2020 was a little bit of a down year. Had some injuries and such. But the point being is this. He's 1-1 in his postseason career. He has a 2.84 earned run average in 8 games. You know, he has 44 innings pitched in his postseason career, but I think he's going to be great. He throws 100 miles an hour. I love him. I love everything he offers. I truly do think the Dodgers will win game 1. I think their offense is way better. For some reason, I don't think the Braves' offense will show up in this series. For whatever reason, I don't think the Braves will show up in these first couple of games against Walker Buehler and Kershaw. Kershaw going for game number 2 for the Dodgers, and Ian Anderson going for game number 2 for the Bravos. So basically, looking at the first 2 games of the series here, I got the Dodgers winning game number 1. Buehler is great. I think the Dodger offense will do fantastic. You know who the offense is. Bellinger, it's Betts, Kike Hernandez, it's Lux, it's Muncy, it's Peterson, it's Pollock, it's Seager, it's Smith. Their offense is going to be really good. I think Bellinger's going to go off in this series. I think Mookie Betts will have a good series as well. He might save it for the World Series if the Dodgers get there. Muncy has to get it going a little bit here. He has to get it going. Not the best in the divisional series. When it comes to the Dodgers, I mean, their big boys have to pick it up. when it comes to the offense. Bellinger has to be better. I know he was good in that series, made a good catch, hit a home run. Betts needs to be pretty good too. Kershaw needs to do good. In game number 2, you assume Dustin May. I don't know why Dustin May is in the bullpen. I like him. If I was a Dodgers, to be quite honest, this is what I would do. I mean, you got Buehler going 1. You got Kershaw going 2. I'd go Dustin May number 3. I'd give him a start. I think he's great. And then I get Julio Urias game number 4. And then you obviously do it again, and Buehler going game 5 if necessary. Kershaw 6. And May 7. So, when it comes to the Dodgers, I think, their offense has to show up a little bit more. I think the Dodgers have to do everything a little bit better. On the Braves side, when it comes to the Bravos, their offense has to be better. Acuna has to pick it up. Albies would like to pick it up. He has to do a little bit better. I think he's coming out of it, tell you the truth. Ozuna's been pretty good. Darno's been great. So, I mean, when it comes to the offense, on both sides of this series, they got to pick it up. But the thing is, the Dodgers have the advantage on the pitching side because the Braves pitching, although, with game number 1, you got Max Fried and Ian Anderson. I mean, Max Fried is okay. You got Ian Anderson, who's iffy. And then, who else you got if you're the Braves? I mean, the Braves starting pitching is okay, to tell you the truth. It's mediocre, I still think. They needed somebody to go in there and really solidify that rotation. And again, that was, Cole Hamels. But he got hurt, and that just sucks for the Braves. You got Ian Anderson, like I said, going game 2. You got Max Fried going game 1. You got Josh Tomlin probably going game 3, and Kyle Wright going game 4. You're going to turn it over for game number 5, 6, and 7 if unnecessary. And their offense has to be better. Freeman has to pick it up. Albies has to pick it up. Acuna has to pick it up. The top end of that lineup, it wasn't doing too much against the Marlins. But the point being is they got to shake it up when it comes to the offense. I mean, chop on, people. Get your shit done. Like, seriously, you got to do better. You have to do better against this Dodger team. When it comes to who I'm going to pick, I'm going Dodgers in 5. If you think I want to go and pick the Bravos to win, I'm sorry. The Dodgers are 10 times more better than the Braves. They got a better offense. They got better starting pitching. The Braves starting pitching is iffy. It's like, I don't know who you're going to throw after game number 2. I have no clue who you're going to throw out there after game number 2. At least the Dodgers, you know who you're going to get. That's what I got going. So, I'm sorry, Braves fans. I don't know. You got to figure out the starting pitching. I got the Dodgers in 5, and I got the Rays in 6 or 7 in the American League because I hate the Astros. So comment down below your thoughts on my predictions of the 2020 Championship Series in both the American and the National League. Comment down below your thoughts. What are your predictions? Leave a like on this video if you like the video. And subscribe because we just hit 400 subscribers. Let's get to 415. Let's get to 415 by my next video. I haven't had that too much to ask people. 415 by my next upload. So, like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll catch you guys later.